Hi guys, my name is Millbee and this is my introduction to Katawa Shoujo. I apologize in advance for any mishaps I have in pronouncing words because I'm an ignorant foreigner, Western foreigner, and I'm terrible at speaking other languages. So this game is made by 4 Leaf Studios and is available for free over on their website, so go ahead and get it. It is a bishoujo-style visual novel. And it's all about a young man and 5 young women living with varying disabilities in this school for disabled people, basically. I'm going to read a line straight off the website of Katawa Shoujo. So, Katawa Shoujo is a bishoujo-style visual novel set in the fictional Yamaku High School for disabled children. Located somewhere in modern Japan, Hisao Nakai, a normal boy living in a normal life, has his life turned upside down when a congenital heart defect forces him to move to a new school after a long hospitalization. Despite his difficulties, Hisao is able to find friends and perhaps love, if he plays his cards right. There are 5 main paths corresponding to the 5 main female characters, each path following the storyline pertaining to that character. The story is told through the perspective of the main character using a first-person narrative. The game uses traditional text and sprite-based visual novel model with an advanced text box. Now, I'm going to be playing this with a face cam in the corner down here somewhere because I know it could be quite bland when it's just a visual novel. I've already recorded some of it before doing this, and I can tell you it's quite fun. The face cam certainly adds to it, so I can do stuff. But yeah, give it a chance. It's quite a fun, chill thing, especially if you're just looking to listen to something to chill while you're doing other things. This is probably the best for that. So give it a look at, guys. Dating sim with me, Katawa Shoujo, Millbee. See you on the other side. Oh. Hi guys, I'm Millbee and this is Katawa Shoujo. Face cam in the corner here. I figured this is like a graphical novels thing, so it's gonna be a lot of static images before face cam might help it along a bit. So let's get into Katawa Shoujo, the dating sim. I want to thank Generic B for me playing this because I'd heard of it a while ago and I just sort of gone like, whoa, get away, get the fuck out of here. But then Generic B reminded me about it, so here we go. Katawa Shoujo. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of the sight of teachers and fellow students. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands, rubbing them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. See, I'm acting. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. Ah, yes, the note. Slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. Just right in there. They slipped it up my bum while I wasn't paying attention. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes, it's like story time with Millbee. The snowflakes silently fall from the white painted sky, are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest gives me itchy nose. It makes it seem like this time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. My anus! Hi, how so? You came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. I won't take this too seriously, by the way. I don't take dating sims very seriously, so keep that in mind. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. You creepy bastard. I turn to face this voice. And then she runs away because I scare her. The voice of my dreams and my heart begins to race. Well, hey there. Iwanako. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it. I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. It's alright. I don't think it was that bad. Yeah, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. I have muscular dystrophy. My heart is pounding now as if it were to try and burst from my chest and claim this kill for itself. That would be a sight. Heart comes out and like attacks like ah. So, oh wait, is that me? So, here we are. Out in the cold. Why don't you come over with me for a little bit of warmth? Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. I can't say that word. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears, I think. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of the wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. Oh. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. He's gonna have a heart attack, isn't he? My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you go out with me. I stand there, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arms. So what am I doing? I'm like... I'm actually like having a heart attack. Hisao? My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Imagining he's doing this right now. Which of course would freak you out. Hisao! And then I die. The beating in my chest suddenly stops. And I got like a hair on my neck. And I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of the bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. I was going to say incandescent then. Oh no. Iwanako. So, yeah, I had a heart attack or something like that. Katawa Shoujo. If wondering why the screen's like over this side of the thing, over there, it's because it's like, I've got it windowed, and it's like it's a pretty small window, so, well, small, I can't like resize it. So, I figured I'd have that there, have myself here, and have like something up there, like a picture of a sheep. What is that? It's like a bullet and a needle. The clock moves by. Is this actually animation in this? I thought it was just still images. Or is this like, you know, I could see people animated, you just see like stuff like that. Oh. It's quite late. I'm fine though, don't worry. So this is where you go to school for the disabled people. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Yeah. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Arrhythmia, that's it, right? A strange word, a foreign, alien one. Like Klapperkluk. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. It causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better. More appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. Jesus. I had already had a full day then to digest everything. To them it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course, there isn't a cure. If I sell you my house, can I have a cure? Because of the late history of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. Sons of bitches, what? I realized that the only reason I had got so many cards and flowers was because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Wow. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. But by the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. What? Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. She ditched you, didn't she? After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited, anyway. You could have said, like, hey, how about that time I had a heart attack when you were trying to ask me out? We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. Why not? That's a perfect time to get a date when they got the pity going for you. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. Hello, can I help you? My name is Dr. Berfarger. I don't know if you could hear me there with my hand over my face. I guess it's because they're in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first time or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. You might notice I'm wearing the same cardigan I was wearing in... I think I was wearing this in the other day when I did Game Dev Tycoon. This is my lazy man, sloppy boy cardigan. It's very comfy. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time. It turned from a scar into a penis. Thinking of it as some kind of omen. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. At some point I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. I wouldn't. I'd get into all the trash shows, it'd be great. Pointless. I'd watch Pointless all the time. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. Consume. That's not how you read. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. But I loved the stories. This is a lot of reading. I guess that's how it works. That was what my life was like. The day became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass I was trapped in. Instead of moving within, a week could go by without me really noticing. I'm glad I put a face cam, because I reckon this would be dull as shit if it didn't. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. I get that all the time. I'm just in this house. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness, through the barrier of nonchalance I had set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. Sky is cheerful. I didn't read that last bit. That was what my life was like. I miss it. Oh, wow, you can scroll and it changes it. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Why? Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited. So I'm trying to work out how loud the music is. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. It is. It's a party. There's a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers and setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down in the bed, on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. I'm trying to adopt the voice. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. This finger thing he does because he's a doctor, because that's what doctors do. Hello, I'm a doctor. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad while wiggling his finger, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. So many. I take it from his hand and look at myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Oh, the pills. Oh my god, absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. I can see that one. This is insane. Madness. Depressed. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed in line after line with cold precision. I tried to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel sicker. Blech. All this for the rest of my life, every day? Oh, triangles, what it is. I'm afraid this is the best we can do at this point. However, any new medications are always being developed. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years? What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if you hadn't said anything at all. Also, I have spoken with your parents, and we believe it would be best if you do not return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down? The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever my concerns show, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount, however. I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Okay. Disabled? What? Am I? There's a 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. That doesn't help at all. Because think of it like a university. Well, it's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it really was that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. It's got a good hospital nearby in case you die. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity! Ah! Punch over someone. Well, you should be excited to the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and... Well, it's not the same one. A special school that's... An insult. That is what I want to say, to step down. It's not what you think. All of the students are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn. Just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disabilities. Why am I doing like a weird Zap Brannigan voice for the doctor? Dr. Brannigan. Want to make colleges into another hospital as a graduate. I've changed the voice completely to full Zap Brannigan. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something so important was decided for me. What can I do about it? A normal life is out of the question now. It's funny. I'd always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I want to go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is that I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That's all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start. And my life isn't over. It'd be a mistake to read myself to think about that. Yeah, look on the positive side, dude. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Exactly. Good for you. This might be a slightly longer one than usual, just to get into the flow of the game. Act 1. Life expectancy. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and grey plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like that what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Hey, you could treat this as like an audio book if you want. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. A power walked in. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of the Yamaku Academy. With this brisk pace. This is like focusing on his brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh-cut grass and all other park-like things, and people with dogs and frisbees. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. What's that yellow thing? A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies, too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. It's an academy. I wonder if the feeling is real, or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself into something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming colour. So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haunted main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back. Even if I had no life, I couldn't return to. But still, after entering, There was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. You could turn around. Feeling nervous, and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door. That's a nice looking room. A tall man with a bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Hello, man. Strangely drawn dude. You must be Nikki? You must be Nikki, yes. Nakai. Naki? Naki? Like naked? Naki-aki? So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. It was like an average handshake. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like this being the center of attention. I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. You will, trust me. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yeah. Oh, I can actually do it with my controller. That's awesome. Why? Yeah. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not like everyone likes to be the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, I guess. I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down the floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class free. Muto opens the door and enters. Look at that picture. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. That picture is freaking me out. Go. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. There's a heavy number of... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was a 6 girls. No, 5. Wow, why did I count 6? Oh, there is 6. What the... 6 ladies, 4 guys. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty suspicious. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards, and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books, and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like the students in any other school, but then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them. Only it's just... Oh god, there's more. 8 ladies? 9, 10 ladies, and what's that? 6 dudes. 11 ladies. Oh my god, she got like robo legs? Oh shit. Then I know. Oh, okay. So suddenly just noticed one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb on her right hand. That's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking to you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. Who's the guy at the back? I can't tell if he's sleeping or if that's like his disability.